Then it will go into the actual generator portion, which are some titanium plates. It's a little hard to see, but they're in here. And when the thing is actually running, you can look in here and there's a cavitation of bubbles coming out of it, which is kind of interesting. And that's the actual chlorination generation happening right before your eyes. And there is an electrode here in front of that is the copper one for the copper ions. So when you use the boost function, it will do some form of electrolysis, I guess, and release some of this copper into the water. And then from there it goes into this pipe. This pipe is the one that came with the filter, and it goes up to a valve just like I showed before. So that's really it in a nutshell. And the control panel on this is quite simple, and once you turn it on, it will come up with whatever you have the time set at. In my case, it's probably an hour right now. It might be 2. To change it, you're going to press and hold the down key until you hear a beep, and then you're going to press and hold the up key until you hear a beep. And once you hear that, you can use the up key or down key to set the time that it's going to run at. And when you're finished setting your time, you press and hold the down key, and it will beep, and then it will lock the keypad. According to the manual, if you don't do that, I think within a few minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, it'll go ahead and lock itself. And it takes a minute or two for it to start generating, but when it does start generating, it will show working here, and when it finishes its cycle, it'll flash a code. I believe the code's maybe 90, and then eventually it will go to sleep and your display will turn black. And to see the last code, you'll press and hold this button, and then it'll show the last code that it did. Like I said, one of my complaints on this is if it's in the sleep mode, it just beep, 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 beep. I cannot wake it up until I turn it off, and then I have to reset it, and then I'm out of sync with when I want to generate chlorine. There's a low flow, which that's for that alarm there if the pump's not on or if there's something wrong with it. It's got a low salt alarm. Haven't seen that work. Good thing. A high salt alarm, same thing. And I'm not sure what the service mode is. It probably has something to do with cleaning these plates for these electrodes. And speaking of that, it did come with 2 caps. So I think the cleaning process, I'm not for sure, but you'll close your valves on your pool and you'll disconnect these 2 hoses and put caps on here. After you get the water out of this, I guess you just drain it out. And then I think you'll fill this up with vinegar or something, and it will clean those plates of calcium. So I just visually inspect these. I haven't even seen any form of white calcium buildup in my case, so maybe my water's a little better than some. But then again, I've only been running it for a few days. So with that being said, that's really the rundown on this. I'm going to go ahead and just turn this pump on, and I'll just reset my time later, just so you can hear what it sounds like and the noise that it creates. And it's actually not quite loud at all. It may sound loud on the camera, but it's not. So here we go. Okay, so now you can hear the pump running. Of course, it's louder than the one that originally came with it, but it's moving a lot more water. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn the saltwater generator on, and I'm going to try to get a shot of it making the chlorine. So I'll just flick the switch on, and we can see it's set at 1 hour. It's going to take a minute for this to start producing, like I said, when it's first turned on, but I'll go ahead and show you that anyway. Let's say I want to change this time. Press and hold the down, press and hold the up. Now you can set the number of hours. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to 1, and then press and hold the down. Now it's set to run every 24 hours for 1 hour. And in a moment, this working light will start up, but I'm going to go ahead and show yeah, you hear a beep, so it's starting to do something. I'm going to go ahead and show the jet over here in the pool. And I'm sure you can hear it, but this thing is absolutely moving some great water. And this 1,600 gallons may be overkill for a pool this size, but in my opinion, the bigger the better. it'll turn the water over so much faster than that smaller pump, where it might have to run, you know, 3 or 4 hours a day, maybe 5 hours a day, just to churn the water once. So let me just go ahead and go through over here real quick while we're waiting for that. This is the vacuum head here with the hose that I had mentioned. One problem I was going to have was, how do I hook the hose up, because this thing doesn't have a surface skimmer on it to vacuum the pool if I needed to. So what I ended up testing with and doing, and it worked out great actually, this pool has such a great suction on it, this pump. I just take this cap off right here and I put the vacuum in the pool and, you know, get it below the surface to get all the air out of it, and I actually just stick it onto this, and this thing has so much suction it just stays on there by itself. And occasionally if you catch a piece of hair or something, you know, a piece of grass, it may be on this little area and you kind of have to dig it out, but that's no big deal. So I found that to work great for vacuuming the pool. I have vacuumed the pool twice since I changed this out. The first day was just to get the majority of what was on the bottom, and of course I stirred some up in the water, so after it settled I did it the next day, and I have not vacuumed it since. I haven't had a need to. So this has actually turned out quite great. Okay, I can see that the saltwater generator is now operating. I'm going to try to flick on the macro and just show those bubbles I was talking about. So let me get down in here if I can. And right there. Hopefully this shows up. But can you see all those bubbles going through there? I'm going to go ahead and just turn it off so maybe you can see the difference. And now you can see that they're all gone. So that is the chlorination generation happening right before your eyes, and I'm quite pleased with it. So all in all, I'm really satisfied with the experience I've had thus far, especially with the pump. Let me go ahead and turn this off as well. Especially with the pump and the saltwater generator and even the pool. For somebody like me who likes kind of low maintenance things, so far, you know, like I said, I'm only a few days in. This has really turned out well for me so far. So with that being said, I hope that may show you guys some information that you may not be aware of, or give you a little comfort level if you're going to be investing in something. It is my opinion. You know, your mileage may vary, but all in all, thanks for watching and good luck.